Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into Indian Markets Unveiled. Here we discuss the long and short of key things that one needs to look into for the trading session. To begin with the global market cues, the US market ended the previous session with minor cuts after the relief rally that it recorded prior to the yesterday's session. The benchmark indices such as S&P 500 ended with cuts of nearly 0.1% and Dow Jones ended flat ahead of key jobs market data awaited today. The flat move in the US market was also attributed to the inline jobless claim data reported at 207,000 versus expectations of 210,000. The US 10-year bond yield also remained flat at 4.72%. On the Asian side, the Hong Kong market is trading in positive with gains of nearly 2%, while rest of the Asian markets such as Japan, Taiwan and South Korea are trading with minor gains this morning. However, the focus would be on the key US non-farm payroll data awaited today. On the commodity front, the Brent crude oil prices recorded further fall with overnight correction of more than 2% and it is trading below $85 mark as the demand concerns take over the worries regarding supply cut. The fall in Brent crude oil prices also aiding support to the positive sentiment in the Asian markets. However, on the precious metal front, gold prices remain flat at around $1,823 per ounce, but it has fallen more than 5% over the last 2 weeks as sentiments around tighter Fed policy intensified, whereas the silver prices corrected more than 10% over the last 2 weeks. The commodity prices might turn volatile as key economic data points such as US CPI inflation is awaited next week, along with job market data expected today evening. Any major surprises in these key economic data points may have a significant impact on the commodity prices. So that is how the global markets look like along with the commodity markets. But on the domestic front, Indian markets recorded a decent bounce back during the yesterday's session after falling sharply on Wednesday. The benchmark index Nifty 50 clocked a gain of around 0.5% aided by positive support coming from the heavyweights like banking and IT space. The Bank Nifty ended with gains of around 0.5% and Nifty IT made a gain of nearly 1%. Among the top movers, Bajaj Auto, L&T and Mahindra were the top gainers with each clocking gain of nearly 2%, while Power Grid, Hindalco and NTPC were the top losers. On the flows front, FIs continued its selling spree and they sold around 1,864 crore while DIs bought 521 crores ahead of the RBI Monetary Policy Committee decisions awaited today. Coming on to today's market setup, the Indian markets are largely trading flat as we have always seen during the Monetary Policy Committee meetings and during the announcement of the credit policy, the market is divided into two halves. The RBI's Monetary Policy Committee decides to maintain status quo and is keeping the repo rate unchanged at 6.5%, which is the latest coming in from the RBI credit policy. Also, RBI keeps the GDP growth estimates for all the quarters of FY24 and the first quarter of FY25 unchanged. The latest information coming in from RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das on headline inflation, balance sheet and global market is as under. The global headline inflation could remain high for the longer period than estimated. Also, the healthy balance sheet of banks and corporates augur really well. Along with it, the volatility in global financial markets, global slowdown pose risk to the economy, is what the latest coming in from the RBI governor. One needs to keep a clear eye on how the markets will react post the Monetary Policy Committee credit policy announcement from the RBI. However, if we have a look at the market during the opening hours, the market benchmark Nifty 50 opened with flat gains around 0.5%, while Nifty Metal is leading the pack with a gain of around 1% during the opening hours. The broader market is also trading largely flat during the opening hours. The key levels for today's trading session stand at 19,487 on the lower side and 19,607 on the higher side. Now coming to the stock-specific news, the first news is about Tata Motors as the company observed a 21% year-on-year growth in retail sales for JLR, totaling to 106,561 units and a 29% year-on-year increase in wholesale, reaching 96,817 units. JLR's order book currently stands at an impressive 1.68 lakh units, which anticipated achievement of free cash flow positivity in Q2 FY24. expected with 300 million euros. The next news is for Sun Pharma as the company plans to acquire around 37.7% stake in Ezerk's health tech for 29 crores. Ezerk specializes in non-invasive medical devices. Keep an eye on Bajaj Finance as the company plans to raise around 10,000 crore through a mix of QIP and preferential issue. The company's board approved around 8,800 crore via QIP and 1,200 crore through preferential warrants. This move aims to strengthen their market position and fuel growth. Stay tuned for more updates. L&T is again in focus as the company announced voluntary liquidation of its Azerbaijan-based joint venture, L&T Hydrocarbon Caspian, approved by the Azerbaijan government. As a result, the joint venture is dissolved. Adani Wilmar is in focus as it reported a 5% year-on-year growth in edible oil volumes in Q2 FY24. Food and FMCG volumes increased by 18% on a year-on-year basis, while industry essentials volume grew by 25% on a year-on-year basis. However, standalone sales value declined by 13% on a year-on-year basis due to price cuts driven by a significant drop in global edible oil prices. And with this, we come to a wrap of Indian markets Unveiled for today's session. To sum it up, the Asian market is largely trading flat, barring Hong Kong markets. While correction in Brent crude oil prices is adding support to the positive sentiment in Asian markets, on the domestic front, the RBI credit policy is a trigger which is to be seen for today. Nevertheless, irrespective of market conditions, research is the backbone of successful portfolio creation. Wealth creation is an art that we understand. We at Devin Choksi have our exclusive research service, which are powerful and successful. To avail our exclusive research services, we invite you to join us. Just click on the link below and you're done. Fill in your basic details and our team will reach out to you. So don't wait further and embark on the wealth building adventure together. Thank you.